part of my story, share it with you. And I started telling you that I was burnout until I finally listened to myself. There was a moment in my life where I didn't recognize myself anymore. I wasn't okay, but from the outside, everything looked perfect. I had a stable job, I had a pet, I had everything that people told me I should be great for, and I was. And that was exactly the problem because no one could see what I was really going through. I wasn't sleeping at night, my mind wouldn't stop. Anxiety was constant. I was getting sick all the time, all the months, multiple times a month. I had no energy, no motivation, no desire to do anything. I was little dying. But I want to tell you the hardest part. No one understood me. Everyone kept telling me how lucky I was. I remember, you have a stable job, you're doing something important, you should be grateful. And I started questioning myself. Maybe they are right. Maybe this is just how life is, and maybe I'm the problem. But deep down inside, I knew something wasn't right because I wasn't just tired. I was exhausted from a life that didn't feel like mine. And one day I had a thought that changed everything. I realized that something or someone was taking my time away from me. And not just time, but my life. I was giving my energy, my days, my existence to something that didn't value me. And that realization hit me so hard that I couldn't ignore it because time is not something you get back. And in that moment, I asked myself, and me, I was seeing people living all around me. All everybody was happy, traveling, feeling free, and I thought that about me. When do I get to live? And that's was terrible because in that moment I understood something. I wasn't just about the job. It was about the fact that I was living according to other people's expectations, other people's judgments, other people's idea of what my life should look like. And I was ignoring totally myself. So I stopped. I stopped for some days trying to fit into something that didn't feel right. And I stopped silencing the voice inside me, inside my head. And I stopped living for approval. I made that decision to come back to myself. That was the real turning point. Network marketing came into my life as a plan B. At the beginning, it was just a way to make some extra money, nothing more, I confess. But I had no idea that it would become something more for me, completely different, because while I was building, I was also rebuilding myself as a person. And then something happened. I went to Spain last year for a month. I spent a month living on the road. It was one of my biggest dreams. So I had no fixed routine or structure, just me, my time, my life, myself. And in that space, everything became clear. So for the first time in a long time, I felt free. I felt like I could breathe enough. I felt like I was finally living my life, not just surviving. And I realized this is who I am. This is the life I want, freedom, movement, choice. And also realized something else. I needed a vehicle that would allow me to live like that. And for me, that vehicle was network marketing. Not because it's perfect, not because it's easy, not for everyone, but because it gave me the possibility to build a life on my terms. A life where my time is mine, that I think time is the most important and powerful thing that you have, where my choices are mine, where I'm not trained my life for someone or something drains me. Today, I'm so grateful. I didn't betray myself. And because that's what we do most of the time. We feel something and we ignore it. We know something is wrong, but we stay. We betray ourselves to fit into a life that doesn't belong to us. Think about it. Are you betraying yourself? I didn't do that. I listened to myself, even when it was uncomfortable, it didn't make sense, and I was scared because I was. And that changed everything. If you're watching this right now, maybe you're in that place. Maybe you feel tired, disconnected, like your life is not really yours. And maybe everyone around you keeps telling you that you're lucky. But inside, you don't feel that way. You're dying. You're slowly dying. But listen to your voice inside you. And that feeling is not wrong. That feeling is the truth. You don't have to stay there. You can choose differently. You can start again. You can build a different life, a different version of you, the real version of you. And you can have to stop ignoring yourself because everything changes the moment you decide to listen to yourself. So stop betraying yourself and start living.